Minutes past the hour here on NorCal Sports Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. And the San Francisco Giants have failed in their pursuit to acquire Corbin Burnes. Earlier in the week, Corbin Burnes signed with the Arizona Diamondbacks, or D-backs, that's what they want to be called now. I call them D-bags because that's what I think of them. But Corbin Burnes signed a 6-year, $210 million deal with the Arizona D-bags. And I'm sorry, this guy also got a 2-year, he can opt out after 2 years. So really what you're getting here is he's going to be there for 2 years. Now, the Diamondbacks were the black horse because I kept thinking if they all of a sudden enter the market and after Corbin Burnes, that was going to change everything. And they did. We kept hearing about the Giants and the Blue Jays, the Giants and the Blue Jays, the Blue Jays and the Giants and the Blue Jays. Then all of a sudden, the Diamondbacks show up and make the deal. Why? Well, there's a few reasons why. One, he lives in Arizona. His family and himself live in Arizona, so now he doesn't have to move. His kids stay where they're at. His wife stays where it's at. He stays right where he lives in Arizona. Spring training is in Arizona. Doesn't have to travel. If he came to San Francisco, the tax rate in San Francisco in California is like 12.5%. In Arizona, it's 2.5. That's huge when we're talking about your overall salary and how much money you're taking in. Now, he took less money. He signed for $210 million. Word has it, the Giants had a contract of upwards of $235 to $255 million. Because when the Giants have to bring in a free agent, they got to overpay him. Because they know we got a higher tax bracket or higher tax rate. It's expensive to live in California. Nobody wants to live in San Francisco for various horrible reasons. So it's harder to draw in the free agents and their families to come live in San Francisco. You're going to have to commute to work because you probably don't want to live in the city with your family. And you know what? Your kids going to school here because the schools in San Francisco suck. Nevertheless, the Giants lose out on Corbin Burnes. And that was a tough loss for the Giants. I was really hoping that they could land Corbin Burnes because I felt like if they get Corbin Burnes, then they can swing that to get Sasaki, who's coming from Japan. And really, this is another guy that's looking for a lot of deferred money, meaning that he wants to go to a competitive team. Is he going to come here now? Probably not, because Corbin Burnes didn't sign here. You could have had a three-headed monster with Webb, Burnes, and Sasaki, and you missed out. So there is word now, which I'm happy to hear this, is that the Giants are now focusing their attention on Pete Alonso, which if we can get Pete Alonso to play first base, that would be fucking phenomenal. Last year, Alonso had 34 home runs, batted .240, had 88 RBIs with 91 runs. This is a guy that alone, selling polar bear hats, merchandise, you'd make your money back tenfold. I really hope that they can make a deal to get Pete Alonso. He is 30 years old, so you're looking at a contract that would probably take him to the year or the age of 35, 36. But this is a proven major league hitter with power that can hit over 30 home runs. And that's something that's been devoid from the Giants for a number of years. Even last year, Matt Chapman had 27. Elliot Ramos had 25. They got to get these guys who can hit over 30 home runs. Getting Willy Adames is going to help, but they need to get another hitter, an everyday player who can contribute to the offense every single day, day in and day out. Pete Alonso, I think, would be a perfect fit for the San Francisco Giants. You figure you got Willy Adames, you got Pete Alonso, you already got Elliot Ramos, you got Jung-Ho Lee coming back in center field, you got Bryce Eldridge in the minor leagues, who if he comes up, this guy's another phenom. But the Giants have a lot of work to do because the Giants have the lowest ranked minor league system in Major League Baseball. So Buster Posey's got a lot of work to do. Farhan Zaidi ran this organization into the ground, and now he's going to have to resurrect it back to what it used to be when we're winning 3 championships in 5 years. So the Giants, they got work to do, but getting Willy Adames helped a lot. But they got to get a guy like Pete Alonso. They got to get another big free agent because this team needs help, especially in a division where you're going up against the Dodgers, who continuously get better year after year. They win the World Series, and what do? They go and get Blake Snell. My God, you've only gone up. So that's why when you're in this division, you're looking at the wild card spots. And so that's who you're competing with, is the other wild card teams. Getting a guy like Pete Alonso would be key for the Giants in order to, fight for that wild card spot. He's 6'3", 245 pounds. Guy hit 34 fucking home runs. This is a guy the Giants need in their everyday lineup. And at the same time, they really need more pitching as well. They need another pitcher. They lost Blake Snell. Yeah, you have Robbie Ray. I think he's going to have a good year. He was solid for us when he was healthy last year. But after Logan Webb and Robbie Ray, who do you have? Hayden Birdsong? Tristan Beck? There's a lot of guys, a lot of question marks there. So maybe you go after one of those mid-market guys to kind of bolster up your rotation. I would have loved for them to go after Walker Buehler, but unfortunately he's gone already too. So we'll see what the Giants do as this offseason hot stove continues. But getting Willy Adames on the right track, losing on Corbin Burns, that's going to hurt. But then again, when you're paying a guy a ton of money every year just to play every fifth game or every fifth day, that's a lot of money that you're investing in a guy who only plays once every 5 days. I would love for them to invest that money into a guy like Pete Alonso who would play every single game. Every game. Every game. You're listening to NorCal Sports Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that sports. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel over on YouTube at IE Sports Radio. You can follow me over at X at DreArea Sports and over at NorCal Sports IE on X. And make sure you subscribe to my channel as well, DreArea Sports, over on YouTube. On the YouTubes. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to be talking Golden State Warriors basketball here on the NorCal Sports Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.